On day 1, I exploded in as a baby creeper dragon with 20 hearts. Wait a minute, I'm already so powerful. I noticed that I wasn't any typical dragon. I could shoot TNT and already had flint and steel. Oh yeah, this is sick. Just as I was testing out my abilities, a giant lion came up and wanted to fight me.
There you are.
No, you got the wrong dragon. I started to panic, but then I realized I could fly. So I left as fast as I could, and I went to find a safe spot. Phew, flying will make everything a lot easier for me. I flew until I found a pillager outpost, and as soon as I got there, I felt like being a bit mischievous. I started destroying the outpost, and took the loot they had inside of the chest I had just blown up. Nice! These crops will be useful for later. Just as I was demolishing everything in sight, I noticed there was a little Ravager who was still alive. Hey little guy, are you alright? He reminded me of when I was a Ravager for 100 days, so I let it live, but it quickly ran away in fear. Oh, okay, bye little Ravager. Am I really that scary? Just then, the sun started to set, and zombies came out in hordes to attack me. Oh no, good thing I can fly. Haha! I flew up and started shooting them with some TNT, exploding several of them in just a few hits. I can't get all of them, there's too many. I started getting really tired during the fight. Plus, I didn't want to waste all of my TNT. So after I killed some of them, I gave up and flew to the tallest part of the mountain to get some rest. On day 2, I woke up starving, so I looked around to see what food I could find. There has to be something tasty around here. I couldn't see anything appetizing in sight, but I remembered I had a potato, so I ate it, but I still felt hungry. This is not enough for a big dragon like myself. I then left the mountain and went hunting for some cows to collect their meat. I need to be well fed if I want to be a powerful dragon. After doing some hunting, I went to gather some wood and made a pickaxe. Now let's go gather some stones. After I collected enough stone, I was able to build some tools, such as a pickaxe, an axe, and a sword. Nice. These tools will help me survive out here. I then came across a campsite and saw Steve was there. Hey, Steve! As soon as Steve saw me, he freaked out and ran away, leaving the campfire for me. I seem to be scaring everyone away. Oh well. I then started cooking my meat in his campfire and ate it all up. As soon as I finished eating the meat, I turned into a full-size creeper dragon with 50 hearts. Whoa, I'm getting so much stronger. I even had a new power, a fire gauntlet, which I started testing out on some chickens, setting them instantly on fire every time I hit one. Haha! Ooh, cooked chicken. While I was doing this, I felt like something was watching me the entire time. Who's out there? I turned around to see if anything was in sight, but nothing was there. Well, this is a good time to depart. All that suspicion made me want to leave the campsite, so I flew away to keep exploring. On day 3, I was flying around and found a nice mountainside to call home. This will be the perfect place where I could build my house. I then started digging the side of the land to make a huge layer big enough for me to fit in. I need to make sure that this place is very spacious for me. I then placed chests and furnaces throughout my home, which gave it a cozier feel. I realized I needed a resting area of some sort, so I set out to find some sheep. Luckily, I had the ability to fly, which made finding things a lot quicker. I then started killing the herd of sheep and collected their wool. Nice. This amount will do. After collecting all the wool, I also gathered some yellow flowers to dye the wool, and then headed back home to make a carpet and place it in a nice corner. I can't wait to take a nap here. Before going to bed, I was outside flying around and noticed that a nearby village was on fire. I then flew down to the village to do some investigating. Hey, what happened here? That's horrible! Just then, the villager gave me a stern look and asked me a question. He wanted to know what I was gonna do about all these people dying. Look, I'm not your savior. I'm your worst nightmare. I then started burning the village some more and had so much fun while I was terrorizing it. Nobody is a better monster than me. The villagers then screamed in fear while I flew away to continue my adventure of chaos. On days 4 and 5, I made it back home and saw a little creeper cat in my base. Oh, hello, little kitty. What are you doing here? He then ignored my question and instead congratulated me. Huh? I then started to wonder why he knew about the destruction I had caused in the village. Wait a minute. How do you know about that? But this was very hard to believe. It made me feel like he was spying on me. Well, thanks, I guess. Okay. The creeper cat then wandered away and left me wondering why they were in here in the first place. Well, that was weird. After that interaction, I started making a farm and planted the crops I had collected earlier. Nice. This way, I'll always have the right foods to keep me healthy and strong. I then built a pen where I could have some cows as a source of food. All right, time to get some cows. I flew around and found a nice area with a lot of cows and then brought them back home with me. Come here, little cows. Watch your step. When we arrived, I bred some of the cows and killed the others for their meat. Time for a feast. I then ate some of the meat and went to sleep. Nothing like a good meal before bedtime. Good night. From days 6 through 8, I found a cave and decided to go mining for some coal and iron. This is great. So many resources down here. I took the iron and smelted them into ingots so that I could make tools such as an axe, pickaxe, shovel, and a sword. Looks like I got everything I need. I was wrong. Turns out I was running out of TNT. I'd be almost useless without it. Luckily, as a creeper dragon, I knew how to make gunpowder. I just need to mine some flint and redstone for this to work. Put them together with some coal, and there you go. Gunpowder. Don't try this at home, kids. As I was mining, I got attacked by some skeletons. I used my TNT powers to fight back, and some gravel even fell on the skeletons, hurting them real bad. But while I was fighting, I had ran out of TNT and had to switch to my iron sword to finish them off. Phew, that was a close one. I left the caves and gathered some sand so that I could finally make more TNT. Nice, I got TNT for days now. After flying for a bit, I came across a farm in the middle of nowhere. Wow, everything here looks so tasty. They got cows, sheep, chickens, and even pigs.
No. Shoot, you need to leave.
What? Why do I need to do that? If I wanted to, I could destroy this entire farm.
No, please, no. What do you want from me?
Free food and lots of it.
I can't afford to give you all my livestock, but I do have an offer you can't resist.
What? What could be better than free food?
Follow me, boy.
On days 9 through 10, I followed the farmer into his barn. He then showed me a pig that looked like a creeper, and I was more than happy to bring them home with me.
Here she is. Nobody wants to buy her off me, so she's yours.
I'll take it. The creeper pig then followed me outside the barn, and I led them home. We then traveled some distance together and did some talking to get to know each other better. So how'd you end up there in the first place? Oh, okay. She seemed a little shy and short-spoken, so I didn't question it. Well, you'll be safe with me from now on. Let's give you a name. I started thinking of some clever names and came up with a perfect idea. Oh, I know. I'll name you Peppa. No pig has ever been named Peppa. As awkward as it may have been, we were starting to bond. Then suddenly, we started getting attacked by some hyenas. Oh no, don't worry, Peppa. I'll make sure you survive this fight. I started fighting against them and saw Peppa using exploding fireballs on them. Whoa, Peppa, you're feisty. Together, we killed all the hyenas, and I was left amazed by Peppa's ability. I didn't know you could do that. I'm impressed. We then arrived at the base, and I started building Peppa a room so she could feel comfortable in her new home. You like it? I think it suits you. Okay, get some rest. After a long day of traveling, we got nestled in our cozy home and went to bed. On day 11, I started having the weirdest dream with this buff creeper cat. Whoa, what's going on here? Hey, you must be the buff creeper thing the villagers talked about.
Be quiet. You think you're better than me, don't you?
What? No. What do you mean? I was confused. I didn't know what he was talking about. And just as I was going to clear things up, he started getting super angry with me.
Whatever. You can act dumb if you want, but I will remain the biggest and baddest creature out there and destroy you in the process. Especially because I hate creepers.
I knew I wouldn't go down without a fight, so I threatened him back. Well, you can try, but why would you even say that? Aren't you part creeper yourself?
The only thing creepers have ever done for me is help me get more powerful.
The creeper cat then told me that he never wished to be part creeper. What do you want from me? Before the creeper cat could answer me, I woke up, deep in thought. I have to defeat that stupid buff creeper cat. For the days of 12 to 15, I decided I needed to find someone who could teach me how to fight. Peppa was right, so I set off to find a sensei, hopefully one that knew about explosives. Maybe there are other creeper freaks like me and the buff creeper cat. I made my way to a village and asked the local witch if she knew anything about other creeper monsters.
Yes, I've seen a giant mutated creeper around these parts. He nearly destroyed the village. We just finished rebuilding.
Do you happen to know where he went?
Unfortunately, I never saw where he ran off to.
Wrong answer. I had to assert my dominance with this village to let all creepers know who is the boss. So I started destroying the village by blowing it up. When I finished destroying the village, I continued my search, now looking for the mutant creeper. But along the way, I saw this group of strange-looking creepers made of coal. Wow, you guys look different. I mean, it looks coal on you. Anyway, how did this happen to you? They told me that the mutant creeper did this to them, but not to worry. They wanted to be changed. Something about it giving them special powers. That's awesome. Do you happen to know where the mutant creeper is? Thanks, friend. I followed the directions I was given and eventually found where the mutant creeper abided. Time to introduce myself. I flew right up to the mutant creeper, determined to be his new pupil.
Hello, Bronzo. We meet at last.
You know who I am?
I know a great deal of things.
Great! You must train me in the ways of fighting as a creeper. I have a mission to become the strongest of all of us.
And you have potential to do just that. We start your training first thing tomorrow.
On days 16 through 20, it was time to train. So I looked for the mutant creeper, but he was nowhere to be found. Where could he have gone? I started getting angry, but slowly started calming myself down. Well, he said he'd be here. Just then he appeared and told me that that was my first training lesson.
Aha! It was all part of the plan. This will teach you some patience.
Well, it taught me something, all right. I thought you wouldn't show up.
Patience is key when dealing with your enemies. You have to wait for the right moment for a successful attack. Now let's do some physical training.
Let's do it! We began with target practice, and he made me shoot my TNT at specific marks on the ground.
You got this. It's all in the aim.
He then had me fly through rings in the sky so that I could be more agile during my battles. Lastly, he wanted me to fight him one-on-one. So I used all the skills he had taught me and went for it. We then started fighting, but I saw that the mutant creeper was extremely fast and powerful. I couldn't keep up.
You need to be a faster dragon.
His TNT abilities were much stronger and had way bigger explosions than mine. And he could even spawn mini creepers. Take that, you little creepers! I started using all my abilities against him, hoping that I would win. And in the end, I put up a good fight.
Well done. There's room for improvement, but you have now completed your training. You passed.
Not gonna lie, that was pretty tough.
Good, and you'll get better. Now you're ready to learn how to create better weapons.
He wanted me to create fire dynamite, and then gave me the recipe on how to make it. Thank you for the training. Goodbye. On days 21 through 23, I returned home after my training and noticed that Peppa seemed a bit sad. Hey Peppa, I'm back. You alright? She then told me she thought she was never going to be cool like me and able to fly. So I came up with an idea. Don't worry, we can always fix that. I think I know a way. Peppa got super excited, so I then led the way to get Peppa what she needed to fly. All right, follow me. As we traveled, we made it to the land of the bees, and then some of the bees started attacking us. We got this, Peppa. Let's go. Peppa used her awesome powers to help me fight, and after all of our explosions, we finally killed them. Then the queen bee stepped out, and they were way bigger of an opponent than the other bees.
What do you intruders want?
Some wings from my pal here.
And why would I help you? You just killed my men!
I then mentioned how the bees attacked first, which made her finally decide to help us out.
Fair enough.
The queen bee then told us to take out the giant boar, since it had been pestering the colony.
If you do that for me, then I'll help you.
You can count on us. Peppa and I agreed to help, and then we went looking for the boar. There it is. All right, Peppa, let's sneak up on it. We approached the boar, and I started shooting some TNT towards it. Then Peppa brought out her gas cannon and shot fire at them. Take some explosions, you boar! The boar was fast and would dodge some hits, but luckily we made a great team and finished exploding the boar. Once we killed them, they dropped 2 boars' ears. We did it! We'll take these ears to the queen. All right, let's get some wings. After we took out the giant boar, we headed back to the queen bee. On days 24 through 28, we returned to the queen bee and gave her the boar's ears. We killed the boar and even brought you a little gift.
I must say, I am pleased with your work. We have now restored some peace in the colony.
I'm glad we could help.
Now on to the good part. Here, take these wings.
Peppa was so excited to try on her new wings, so she put them on and then started flying. Whoa, Peppa, now you can soar around like me. Peppa flew around with excitement, and soon enough, she felt very confident with her new wings.
I'll tell you, Gerald, the day I see a pig flying is the day I pack my bags and move to the big city. Well, Gerald, it's been nice knowing you.
After she tested out her wings, we thanked the queen for her awesome gift. Thanks for everything. Peppa really loves these wings, I can tell. We said our goodbyes and then blew up her base and flew away. Once we made it back to our base, I noticed that the buff creeper cat was there. Not this guy again. What do you want?
Chaos!
Suddenly, some TNT under the ground blew up, and now our base was in shambles. You're crazy.
Have fun cleaning up the mess.
You better keep an eye out, because once I see you again, it's over. I began rebuilding the base and slowly got it back to how it used to be. That cat is nothing but trouble. But hey, it's already looking better in here. Then, out of nowhere, the creeper cat came out and asked about the mess. Some buff creeper cat guy caused this destruction. He's gonna pay for this. The creeper cat laughed slightly, but quickly caught himself and offered to help. Sure, you can work on that side right there. Time started passing by, and the base was now back to its regular form. It was nice that the creeper cat helped, but I felt like he was up to something no good. Thanks, little cat. You really helped me out. On days 29 through 33, I wanted to figure out what I needed to use to create the fire dynamite sticks. This recipe calls for some special ingredients. I then made some iron buckets and headed down into the caves. As I was wandering into the cave, I ran into some Orthus, two-headed dogs who shot fireballs at me. You guys got nothing on a creeper dragon. I shot several explosives at them. I finally managed to kill them before I ran out of TNT. Back to business. While I was exploring the cave, I figured I needed some armor to keep me protected during my battles. After mining for enough iron, I started building an entire armor set, complete with some leggings, a chest plate, a helmet, and some boots. Nobody will be able to defeat me with this fancy attire. After getting some lava, I gathered my ingredients and started following the instructions to create the dynamite. All right, it looks like we made it. After creating the dynamite, I flew to a nearby village to test it out. Hello, fellow villagers. Take some dynamite! I realized the dynamite caused a great amount of damage, and I was having way too much fun while using it. That was epic! After burning down the entire village, I felt satisfied with my new power, and then headed back home. On days 34 through 37, I figured my base could use some items to make it feel more cozy, especially after all that chaos. Let's see what we can make. I then started replacing the floors with a new wooden design, and had Peppa help. After we worked on the floor, we started replacing the walls with wood as well. With the leftover resources I had, I added some chairs and tables to make a nice little area for our home. Then finished it off with some lights. This place is looking great. Just as we were adding the final touches, we got visited by the mutant creeper. Oh hey, it's good to see you again. So what brings you here?
It's urgent. Please meet me at my base immediately.
I knew that if he needed me, it must have been super important. So I agreed to help him out. Peppa, stay here and watch over the base while I'm gone. I then left Peppa to guard our home and headed off to the mutant creeper's base. On days 38 through 40, I made it to the dojo. All right, now that we're here, what is all the fuss about?
I need to come clean before it's too late.
Come clean? I felt myself getting nervous while the creeper was acting hesitant. And then he told me the news.
Bronzo, I am your father.
What? Like Luke Skywalker? I was so confused. And the more he shared, the more I started panicking.
More importantly, the buff creeper cat is your half-brother.
I have a brother?
I should have never neglected him. He was just a strange child. Now he's pure evil.
This can't be true. This is impossible.
Anyways, here are the coordinates to a creeper sanctuary. If you ever need help, you'll find it here.
Just then, the buff creeper cat showed up and wanted to fight against our father. So this is like a family reunion now?
Oh, you think we're family now, huh? You're wrong. I hate you, father. You're gonna pay for this.
Fly away before it's too late, Bronzo.
But Dad! Leave! No! I left my father and flew up, looking back to see the destruction my brother was causing. I saw that he unleashed his dynamite, flying into the sky and bursting into hundreds of smaller dynamite, killing our father. How could you do that to our father? Next time I see you, I'm gonna kill you. I flew away, like my father told me, while my brother continued destroying the dojo. On days 41 through 43, I wanted to be more prepared to fight, so I went mining for some diamonds. Next time, I'll have everything I need to kill my enemies. I gathered enough diamonds and then made a sword, pickaxe, axe, and even a shovel. All right, that should do it. As I was down in the caves, I heard a baby creeper yelling for help. Hey, little guy, what's going on?
My mom was captured by another scourge just ahead.
Don't worry, I'll go save her.
Okay, please bring her back.
I will. You stay here. I left the baby creeper and went towards the beast. But before I got there, I ran into some of their minions. Take some fire! With the help of my dynamite, killing my opponents was much easier. Die, you Makai! Aha! Alright, now let's find your leader. After that battle, I kept moving and made my way towards the Nether Scourge. On days 44 through 49, I finally reached the Nether Scourge. Once I arrived, I found the creeper mom trapped inside of a cage.
Please help!
I'm gonna save you and take you back to your baby. As I made my way towards the creeper mom, I suddenly got stopped by the Nether Scourge.
Where do you think you're going?
I'm saving that little creeper's mom.
Our child will be fine. You must leave my base now before you make me angry.
I'm not leaving here without her.
Fine. If you want to save her, you're gonna have to fight against me first.
Deal! The battle began, and the Nether Scourge was super powerful, jumping up high and slamming down with fiery explosions. They also had the powers of a wither and shot wither skulls at me. Is that all you got? Take some of this fire. Luckily, I had my armor to protect me from his wither skull explosions, and I used everything I had to kill him. Over here. Ah!
No!
I'm back. Let's set you free now.
Oh, thank you. My baby is probably so scared and lonely without me.
Luckily, they are still safely waiting for you. I'll take you back to your baby. We left the Nether Scourge's base and headed off to find her child. On days 50 through 53, we made it back to where the baby creeper was, and they were finally reunited.
Mom, you're back.
My baby! I promise to never leave you again.
Aww. The creeper mom felt so grateful to have been saved by me and reunited with her child. She then gave me a molten alloy in return.
Have this gift. It's the least I could do.
Oh, thank you. I took the gift with me, not knowing what I would need it for, and then left the cave. See ya. As I flew away, I hoped that the mother creeper and the baby would live a happy life. I then made it back home and started to wonder about the creeper sanctuary. I should probably visit soon. Just then, my base was being attacked by a bunch of lionesses. I brought out my weapons and shot them down, trying to get them away from the base. Fighting them was pretty easy. I'm getting pretty good at this. As soon as I finished fighting against them, the king lion showed up. What do you want? And who do you work for?
Your head.
You work for my head? What do you mean?
The buff creeper cat wants it now.
Well, come and get it. We started to battle against each other, and it was a long, hard-fought battle. I kept shooting explosions at them, but the lion was extremely strong and kept taking all of my hits.
Give me your head, will ya?
Never! I used the TNT to explode them, digging them deeper and deeper into a hole. Eventually, though, I ran out of TNT, so I went for it and edged out a win. Yes, I won! Ha ha! Woo! I'm gonna need some help if I want to seek out the creeper sanctuary. After putting all the fires out, I then headed out to find some backup. On days 54 through 58, I flew through various biomes, such as the swamp, desert, and the jungle. I think we're getting close. I then made it to the tundra and spotted some icy creepers. Maybe they know where the sanctuary is. I went up to the icy creepers and started asking them a few questions. Hey, do you happen to know where the creeper sanctuary is?
Yeah, I know where the sanctuary is, but I'll tell you, It's underground.
Whoa, interesting. I then asked them how I could spot it, and they told me to look for a golden pillar.
The pillar marks the spot. When you see it, you'll head in the right direction. Oh, and one more thing.
Just as the icy creeper was gonna finish his sentence, he was mauled by a few snow leopards. No!
Can't give up all the secrets now.
How dare you! I was so close to finding out where I needed to go, so I got revenge on the leopards for taking away my answers. I'll kill you! I flew towards the leopards and shot them with some TNT, causing some of them to die in the flames. I then hit the last leopards with my sword and finally got my revenge. Well, unfortunately, I won't find out what they needed to tell me, but at least I know where to go. I then continued on looking for the golden pillar. On days 59 through 62, I flew around the tundra, and eventually I found the golden pillar. Oh, there it is! I looked around, but saw nothing and nobody in sight. The coast is clear. Just as I was keeping an eye out, I suddenly got attacked by some minotaurs. Oh man, I'm out of TNT. I had to be hands-on with this fight, since I lacked my resources. So I charged at them with all my strength. Take this, you cow freaks! I fought against the minotaurs, and even though they were big and strong, I was a better fighter and won the battle. Yeah! Woohoo! Just as I finished fighting, a redstone creeper walked up and congratulated me for my victory.
Good job! You are worthy to enter.
Awesome! Thanks! I then followed him into the entrance of the creeper sanctuary.
In order to enter, you will need a molten alloy. Do you happen to have it with you?
I do. Here it is. Luckily, I had the molten alloy that the creeper mom had given me. So I gave it to the redstone creeper and walked in. Whoa, there are all sorts of creepers in here. I needed to look for answers. So I talked to a gold creeper and asked them some important questions. Just out of curiosity, do you know how I could take down a buff cat?
Hey, you look familiar. Your mom and I were good friends. I've known you since you were a tiny little egg.
You knew my mom? Where is she now?
Within the End Realm, last I heard.
What's she doing there?
I really shouldn't say, to be honest. We even have a portal here, but, you can't use it.
What? Why not?
Authorized personnel only. It's top secret.
Whatever, I'll be back. For the days of 63 through 66, I headed out to gather more materials, such as coal, redstone, and flint, since I was running out of TNT. Now I just need some sand. I continued in the cave and went mining for some diamonds. Ooh, there's plenty in here. After gathering enough diamonds, I was able to build an entire diamond armor set. Nice! This will help me be better prepared. In the cave, I spotted some more diamonds, but then found out it was actually a diamond creeper.
You set me on fire!
Oh, sorry. I thought I hit the jackpot with some diamonds.
It's alright. Not the first time this happened.
I then started to wonder why the diamond creeper wasn't at the sanctuary. Hey, how come you are here and not at the sanctuary?
Well, the High Council of the Sanctuary is being paid off by the buff creeper cat.
Paid off for what?
To lock up the only thing that could kill the buff creeper, the Ender Dragon.
That's my mom. I need to rescue her.
Well, you're gonna need this. Hopefully it helps.
The diamond creeper then gave me tons of sand. I used all of it to make some TNT before heading off. Thanks for everything, pal. I then started my journey back to the creeper sanctuary. On days 67 through 70, I made it back to the Creeper Sanctuary. I have to make my way through. I fought against the creepers and eventually flew into the end portal. Oh!
My son. Oh, I missed you. Look what they've done to me. I'm trapped.
I missed you too, Mom. I'm glad you're still alive. I had to think of a way to get my mom out of this trap, but I didn't know how. We have to leave now, Mom. How do I get you out?
I can't leave with you, my son. My time is near.
I'm not leaving without you. Suddenly, the creeper cat appeared and looked like he wanted to help, but then he revealed his deepest, darkest secret.
Remember me?
It was you the whole time? After he transformed, he killed my mom, and I had to fly away before he killed me. Mom! Oh, next time I see you, I'm gonna kill you. On days 71 through 74, I flew back out and felt sad about my mom dying. I didn't even even get to know her. I wanted to get my mind off of what had just happened. I then started thinking about where the buff creeper cat's base could be, because I need to get revenge as soon as possible. Well, first I'm gonna need backup. Hi, Peppa. I'm going on an important mission. Wanna join? All right, let's go. We then left the base and flew together to the jungle. On days 75 through 78, we made it to the jungle and found a group of ocelots. I then threatened to kill all of them right here and now if they didn't give me answers on the buff creeper cat's whereabouts. Speak now, or you'll experience a painful death. The jungle? That's not enough. Just then, a tiger appeared and interrupted our conversation.
Oh, you fools!
Well, thanks anyways. I then killed all the ocelots with some TNT, which caused the enraged tiger to want to fight against me.
You'll pay for this.
Oh, really? What are you gonna do about it?
Missing something?
I looked around to see what could be missing, and then saw that Peppa was gone. Give her back or you're toast.
Good luck trying to catch me.
I followed the tiger and shot TNT and dynamite at him while he weaved and dodged them. And eventually, I lost track of where he was. Peppa! On days 79 through 84, I continued searching for Peppa. That stupid tiger. Where are you, Peppa? I then met Steve again, and although he was frightened to see me, I convinced him to stay. Steve, no need to fear. I just need some help. I then asked him about the tiger camp, and luckily, he had seen one before.
Well, I did walk by a camp not too long ago. It had a rare green pig locked up.
That must be Peppa. I then asked Steve if he could lead me there and help me get my friend back. Please, I can't let them kill her. She's all I have left.
And why would I help you?
I'll kill you if you don't.
Okay, good point.
The two of us then headed off and traveled together in search of Peppa. Suddenly, Steve and I got ambushed by some cheetahs. All right, Steve, we got this. Steve helped me fight, and eventually we killed all the cheetahs that had come our way. All right, let's keep moving. On days 85 through 89, Steve and I finally made it to the tiger camp, where Peppa was held captive. We then saw some tigers getting ready to roast Peppa alive. No, they're gonna eat Peppa.
Oh, it smells kind of good.
Stay focused. We need to come up with a plan. I then came up with the idea of Steve distracting them while I attempt to rescue Peppa.
That plan is unfair. Why do I have to risk my life this way?
Steve, if you don't, I can just kill you.
Okay, then let's go.
We then counted down to 3 and made a run for it. Just as Steve ran up to the tigers, he started getting chased and fought against them while I headed towards Peppa. Peppa, quick, let's get out of here. After helping Peppa, I threw some TNT at the tigers to help Steve finish off the fight. And after a few hits, we killed them all. I was grateful that Steve helped me save Peppa and let him live this time.
Thank you. Wait a minute. Why am I saying thanks?
We then exchanged some final words and parted ways. On days 90 through 93, we made it back home, and I began to prepare my attack against the buff creeper cat. I'm gonna destroy him. I then decided to gather a bunch of materials to make the biggest arsenal I could create. Let's go get some resources. I started by collecting a lot of sand, and then went to go do some mining. Let's see here. We're gonna need some redstone, flint, iron, and coal. After gathering all my resources, I started making lots of iron buckets. I'm gonna need tons of lava for this. I then headed back home and began crafting different types of TNTs. Some regular, fire TNT, and even lightning TNT. I have TNT for days. This will definitely take him down. From days 94 through 96, I felt kinda bad about all the things I've done. I had to get rid of this bad karma, and I knew just the way. I'll be back, Peppa. I flew into a new village and found the witch from earlier.
Oh no. What do you want from me now?
I'm sorry for the harm I've caused you. Can I make it up to you? She gave me a very strange look, almost as if she didn't believe I had any kind bones in my body.
And how will you do that?
I'll help you finish up building this new village.
Okay then. Well, less talk, more doing.
I'm on it. I then started helping her by finishing up some half-built homes and fixing up a few of their gardens. It's looking good. What do you think?
Keep going. The village isn't gonna build itself.
Just as I was adding some final touches, the buff creeper cat showed up and blew the entire village up. And then left.
What is it with you freaks and your explosives?
Oh, that's not good. Sorry, I gotta go. I did not want to deal with all the rebuilding. So I left the furious witch and headed back home to my base. For the days of 97 and 98, I had to tell Peppa some news. All right, Peppa, I'm ready to go off to war against the buff creeper cat. It's too dangerous. Please stay here and watch over the base. Oh yeah, you can subscribe to the channel, like the video, and hit the bell notification so you never miss another Bronzo Challenge video. And everyone at home can write down in the comment section what kind of video you want to see me do next. Thanks, Peppa. I know I can count on you. I'll be back soon. I then left Peppa at the base and headed off towards the buff creeper cat to begin our battle. On day 99, I met with the Diamond Creeper.
Ah, it's good to see you again. What brings you here?
I need some answers. Do you know where the buff creeper cat lives?
I do, actually. You better not go there, I tell you. It's extremely dangerous. But I will say, if you find the changeling, then you have found his base.
Thanks. That's exactly what I need to do. I continued flying to find the changelings. And after exploring some areas, I found some weird-looking squirrel creatures. Are you guys the changelings? You guys actually look really nice and have the cutest little eyes ever. Despite their friendly faces, they transformed into the creepiest creatures and started attacking me with their big claws and giant tongues. Ah! Take some dynamite, you crazies! Burn in the fire! They were fast and would dodge some of my hits, but I finally used my sword to kill off the last of them and won the fight. All right, we're almost there. That must be where he is. I made my way into the buff creeper's base. It was finally day 100. I had everything I needed to confront the buff creeper cat and felt confident that I was going to win this battle. Enough with your nonsense. Why would you kill my mother?
She was just way too powerful. I knew she was the only one who could kill me, so I simply got rid of her.
The only one? I don't think so, idiot. I can kill you too.
Don't get too ahead of yourself, little dragon. You'll never be as powerful as me.
Why don't I show you then? I flew towards the creeper cat with all my might and used all of my best weapons to begin the battle. You're going to die in the flames, you creep. I started off with some lightning TNT to weaken him, but he was really powerful, so I had to use more explosions to take him down. The buff creeper cat then used several powerful dynamites and shot them at me. Eventually, he even blew up his entire base by using nuclear dynamite. Luckily, I could fly around and dodge some of his hits.
It seems we are evenly matched, brother.
Looks like these explosions aren't doing enough. Let's take this outside. We headed outside and brought out our swords, and I noticed he was growing weaker. So I went in with a big hit and finally killed him. Yes! Bronzo!